gratitude. What's so special about it? How do we cultivate more of it in our lives? And what the heck does it have to do with a wicked case of diarrhea? Let's find out. When I was a teenager, I convinced my mom to let me and my little brother Nicholas attempt a 3-week hiking adventure by ourselves along Ontario's Bruce Trail. We were woefully inexperienced and didn't have any proper gear, and it showed. Almost immediately, the straps on one of our absurdly overstuffed backpacks snapped off, and our elegant solution was to simply duct tape the thing to Nicholas's back. And then, not long after that, we exhausted our meager water supply, and dehydration quickly set in the intense August heat. Just as things were getting pretty serious, this trail swung back towards the Georgian Bay, and we staggered toward the water like a pair of bone-dry zombies. But instead of boiling the water, we proceeded to drink directly from the lake, downing bottle after bottle of the wildly unsafe water. And by the time we arrived at our campsite that evening, the consequences of our hydration decision started to rear its ugly head. Straight-up wars were being waged inside our stomachs, and a mass exodus of fecal refugees were pounding at our borders, desperate to get out. I'm sad to report that we spent very little time in our tents that night, opting for the camp toilets instead. In the end, our 3-week adventure lasted 3 days. With raw rear ends, we called Mom from the camp payphone and sheepishly asked her to come get us. I don't think she was too surprised. Disastrous as the trip was, I returned home with a newfound appreciation of the little things that I so often took for granted. A glass of clean water, a soft bed, 2-ply toilet paper. I told myself I would be more grateful for the things I had. I tried to get better at taking time to acknowledge the good things that happened each day, and although I wasn't great at it all the time, I realized that practicing gratitude always seemed to make me feel better. Of course, that's not surprising. A slew of research has been done on the topic of gratitude that points to its many benefits. In one study, a group was asked to write about the things they were grateful for during the week, while another group wrote about the annoying and negative things that happened. After 10 weeks, the gratitude group reported feeling more optimistic and better about their lives than the second group. That same research also found that the grateful group reported feeling healthier, had fewer visits to the doctor, and exercised more frequently. Meanwhile, a 2011 study showed that people who wrote in a gratitude journal before going to bed slept better and longer. Gratitude has also been shown to help create healthy relationships. One study showed that people who expressed appreciation for their partner had a more positive view of the other person, and it also made it easier for those couples to talk about any problems they might be having. Finally, researchers from the University of Pennsylvania looked at how gratitude can help managers boost productivity. The study divided the school's fundraising team into 2 categories. One that got a little pep talk from their boss, telling them how grateful she was for their work, and one that didn't. The results were impressive, with the group that got the message of gratitude making 50% more fundraising calls the following week than the other employees. The idea that practicing gratitude yields positive results may be nothing new to you, but it begs the question, if the benefits of gratitude are so clear and well established, why can it be so difficult to practice it? Why does it seem to take a health crisis or period of hardship before we appreciate the awesome things in our lives? And how do we sustain that appreciation after we've settled back into our regular routines? In other words, what can we do to cultivate gratitude in our daily lives? What works for one person might not work for someone else, so it's important to find tactics that fit you and your lifestyle. Some people find gratitude journals effective. For others, it's prayer or meditation. I've included some links below to some articles and resources you might find helpful, but if you're looking for a dirt simple way to start getting into the habit of practicing gratitude, try this. When you're brushing your teeth at night, use those couple of minutes to do a mental inventory of the things you're grateful for from the day. By incorporating gratitude into an activity you're already doing, you might find it easier to stick. Focus on both the big and little things. Whether it was decent traffic getting to and from the office, the fact that you've got a roof over your head, or that you remembered to buy duct tape for your upcoming hiking trip. And of course, if you've recently just consumed several liters of water pulled directly from the lake, you could use this exercise to pass the time while you're sitting on the crapper. Whatever approach you choose, gratitude is like any habit. Practice makes perfect. And it might be hard in the beginning, and you'll have days when you suck at it, but stay with it, and before long, you'll be reaping the many benefits of gratitude. If you like this story, check out my book, Misadventure Musings, Lessons Learned from Life's Awesome and Absurd Moments. An illustrated collection of 40 true stories from my life, Misadventure Musings uses humor and storytelling to give practical advice on overcoming obstacles, work-life balance, and more. Find out what being blindfolded and left in a farmer's field taught me about failure. What my so-so odds at beating cancer taught me about asking for help. Or what lying in a puddle of puke taught me about tunnel vision. It's self-help with a sense of humor. Personal development with a punchline. So whether you're looking for some inspiration, a few laughs, the perfect gift for someone, or are just really keen to find out what a kayak full of leeches can teach you, visit badgeofawesome.com and order your copy today.